Hello everyone. Welcome back to another Lilicrow Tournament stream. Today we're going to be seeing the tournament between the Fairy Tale team and the F4U team today. I'm going to be accompanied by my lovely commentary, Kara. So, Kara, if you would like to introduce yourself.
And I'm here with my lovely co-commentator, Will.
Thank you. Okay, so let's wait for the teams to settle in right now so that we can start with the picks and bans. I believe that right now, the current map that is banned is Lakeside, and the map that we will be seeing first play today is going to be Ever Sleeping with the flop for you, Hunter hunting first. So let's wait for the teams to settle in for now. Okay, we're gonna start seeing the first picks and bans for now. So the first band we are going to be seeing are toy merchant and psychologist. What do you think about that, Parrot?
Oh, that's really exciting. I'm a little disappointed that we won't be seeing Annie, but I think it's interesting to see who they're going to play instead.
Yeah, because usually in these tournaments, the first bands you will see will be from Priestess um and Seer. So I'm surprised they aren't the first band picks for today.
Maybe they got a specific hunter that they want to play that doesn't like Toy Merchant and Psychologist.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Bane because catapults can be a real damaging kiting support for Bane. And now we're going to see the first two picks for the survivors on Fairy Tale, which are going to be Painter and Mech.
Ooh.
Mechanic. Wow, I think this is the first time we see Mechanic in this tournament.
Mm-hmm. Since her nerf, she hasn't been played a lot, but I'm excited to see her. I feel like we haven't seen her in many mainstream tournaments as well.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they'll play around with the mod, if they'll use it for faster decoding or maybe even for like body blocking when necessary. I'm curious to see how they'll do it. And Painter is a good like momentary responder. It's like how do I say it? It's like a bigger coordinator because his paintings give a good time to stun the hunter and give a little opportunity window to everyone else.
Mhm. Oh, and they
Uh,
banned Barmaid.
yeah, a barmaid, I think it's a very understandable choice. A lot of people have been playing barmaid in this tournament, and because of the balance, I think she could be a very strong healer and support throughout the game. So I think it's a good call to ban her.
Mhm. I feel like before, the hunter definitely has some sort of hunter that they have in mind that they want to play, and I think maybe FAE knows it as well.
Hmm. Yeah, like based on the bans we are seeing currently, I'm thinking perhaps a Bane ban.
Mhm.
And like, well, not a Bane ban, but more like a Bane play because he's really like a good hunter. Like when I play against a Bane, I'm usually very scared because I don't know how to counter him.
Oh, yeah, he is scary, and he's been showing up a lot more in Koa recently as well, first round instead of opera singer. So he's getting up there in the meta.
Yeah, he's getting like his spot on the meta, which I think it's pretty good because hopefully other hunters are going to, when they get their respective buffs, are going to be thrown in the meta as well. Um, Joseph. And it looks like
Yeah.
we'll have the the next survivor pick for Fairy Tale, which is going to be Cowboy. Ooh,
Ooh.
that's new choice. What do you think about that?
Oh, I love Cowboy, and I would really love to see some Cowboy harass. It's interesting to note that now there are 2 stunners though, so I wonder if the hunter will bring excitement.
Yeah, I think considering how many stunners this team has, excitement could be a good choice. And it looks like our final pick for both bands and the survivor pick is going to be a first officer band and a gravekeeper for the fairy tale team.
Ooh. So the hunter banned a rescuer but they didn't fall for it. They got another rescuer.
Yeah, and gravekeeper is pretty good. Even if he has two shovels, they serve as a shield perhaps for when they need to rescue, which I think it's a pretty good solution.
Mhm. The first officer band kind of gives opera vibes though.
Perhaps. So who knows? I'm curious to see who they'll be playing.
You're
So
placing
let's
your
wait
bets
for the
on
person. Oh,
you think
sorry.
it's a gamekeeper? No, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, I do think it might be a gamekeeper based on the current bans because both seer and priestess aren't that like hurtful towards the gravekeeper. Maybe priestess with the teleports, but it's nothing he can't counter with the hook. So I'm still thinking it could be a gamekeeper based on the current lookout. And oh, the personas for the team just came in. It looks like we'll be having a painter with flywheel and borrowed unbroken windows, a mechanic with borrowed time and broken windows. A cowboy will be having flywheel and borrowed time. And finally, gravekeeper will have borrowed time and um Hi Turner. What do you think about those personas?
Oh, cool. So usually when they bring a Sui build on one person, does that mean that they want that person to kite first, or they don't want that person to kite first?
Normally, with builds that don't include borrowed time, I think that they are hoping that the person without that borrowed time is kiting first, because with both Flywheel and the Broken Windows persona, they'll be able to kite for a longer time, the hunter. So even if they have to sell them out, it wouldn't be a major loss because when they need to pop the final cipher, it would mean they get the chance to perhaps get a three-man. And it looks like you were right. The hunter pick is going to be Sangria or opera singer for this match.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and it looks like the persona for this opera singer is going to be detention and trump card.
I see. Do you think that they'll bring Blink or excitement?
I think based on what we're seeing, I'm thinking maybe uh perhaps I think perhaps Blink first with teleport as a save second, because Sangria, well, she has her own blink system inbuilt, It's not weird to see her with Link in as well.
Also bring teleport, but I guess if she has trump card, then she doesn't need it right away.
Yeah, it means she can like get like a nice change. Mm, so let's wait right now for the teams to settle down for the match. Yeah. Uh, okay. Everyone is on the lobby now. What do you think Carrot are going to be like the spawn points for this map? We are on our sleeping town.
Oh, I think maybe cowboy or gravekeeper in the middle, and maybe I think maybe they'll do a straight line down with a little stick out word in the middle. Oh, mechanics going in graveyard. I was wrong. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. I would say, oh, they're putting painter in the middle, and it looks like the mechanic is going to be staying on cemetery. Oh, and they timed out, so the current setup would mean that cowboy is on the left, on the top left corner with a mechanic probably being the first guy because opera singer decided to spawn right next to cemetery.
oh
So let's see
yeah,
how they do.
it's good from the opera singer figuring out that the mechanic was probably the one in graveyard.
Yeah, because I think the cowboy timed out when doing the spawn, so a little unfortunate, but let's see how they deal with this.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if maybe mechanic is planning to transition towards painter, which is why they put painter in the middle.
Yeah, and it looks like immediately she's just running towards the mechanic. Hits the bot first to guarantee a little bit of presence. And
Ooh,
it
the
looks like mechanic is trying to transition out of cemetery and she's going towards this place where dungeon spawns. And uh oh, they missed a hit. They're missing the opera singer has been missing a lot of hits.
oh yeah, that's a
And
real tough
oh,
place. Oh,
I think the cowboy tried to catch the mechanic, but instead ended up lassoing to the opera singer.
oh yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that means an early down for them, and basement is pretty much over here. So cowboy is here, so maybe he'll go for the rescue.
Mm-hmm. They didn't share basement, so Cowboy does have a good chance.
Yeah, the lasso gives him a bigger window. Oh, barely missed the flywheel because they got hit, but they're running to get the save. Oh, and they used the blink. which
Oh, it
means another mechanic down.
and a double down. Great play from the
Uh,
hunter, knowing that Cowboy was there and dealing with him first.
yeah, it was a pretty good choice. Now, and they're doing basement for mechanic just to secure they won't be coming for her anymore. So, it's look. Oh, they managed to heal the cowboy on time before she could pick him up.
Ooh. I wonder if Gravekeeper right now is going in for the save.
I don't think he can make it, but it it gave enough time for Sangre to distract from getting to the cowboy again.
Mm-hmm. It looks like Painter is going to be the next kite. Already has a painting.
Had a painting ready and immediately lay down to give himself a little more window opening to deal with Sangria.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
he's
he's
positioning around the center a lot. Oh, they got the
ooh.
pallets done. Very nice. And they got another painting down, so that means our painter is out of painting now.
Mm-hmm. On the plus side though, the painting helped them transition a long way. They went all the way from middle to the corner.
Yeah, and they have both broken windows and flywheel. Oh, and they got
Ooh,
the flywheel in. So
beautiful
they're
flywheel.
doing a pretty good job hiding.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, at that pallet, there was not much they could do, so they are going down, but Gravekeeper's Cipher is almost finished, so he can go in for the save.
Yeah, he's going for the save, and they just shovel just to like,
Ooh.
oh, not get hit, but they got stuck.
Yeah, a bit of a body
So
block from Sangria, but he can still get the save.
yeah. Oh, and they got the hit, but Ty Turner is still
Mm.
active, so perhaps she'll plan to follow.
Yeah, the survivors are in a bit of sticky situation because neither of them can save, and uh, it doesn't look like they're running to heal together, so I think they are just going to sell the painter and go for one escape.
Yeah, Dungeon is pretty much next to the cemetery, and it looks like the Sangria already changed to teleport and is now trying to go for that for the Gravekeeper.
Oh, very aggressive plays from the Sangria, keeping the pressure on the survivors. On the
Yeah,
plus side for the survivors, though, it looks like Painter can be rescued.
yeah, and the good thing about Painter is that his passive talent doesn't allow him to have the same system as other survivors about the double chair for getting him out. So it means that he can get another second chair and that he could be possibly rescued.
They can heal and maybe try. Gravekeeper is a little far, but they could try to save him.
Oh, they got a hit again. No, they just need to get to the cowboy to get everyone down.
Hmm. Going to be a slug end game.
To get the foreman, honestly, it makes sense.
Hmm.
Oh, but they got
Ooh,
the lasso to avoid
beautiful
her, which is very
lasso.
nice. He's giving enough time for the painter to
Mm.
use their self kill and get up, which they did while the opera singer was breaking the pallet. Pretty nice
Hmm.
gameplay.
Great lassos from the cowboy. Painter has used self heal now, so opera singer will be going to down the cowboy, and that should be game.
Yeah, that's game. Congratulations to both teams, though. I think both of them played really well.
Mhm.
So with that one done, it would mean that um fairy tale and flop for you would be flop for you with 5 points over 0 from fairy tale.
So to tie round 1, Fairy Tales Hunter would also need a 4K.
Yeah, to secure a next round, like pretty much. So again, congratulations to both teams. I think everyone played really well, and it's really I think uh everyone did really good. Yeah.
Mhm. Very well played. The pressure from the opera singer was really good, deciding to teleport instead of camping the chair to keep up a tempo for the 4K, as well as the kites from the survivors.
That's right. Like they had very good management for the cipher pressure.
Mhm.
Now let's give a little bit of time for the next part of this round, which will be Fairy Tale Hunter hunting first and Flop for You survivors going up next. So let's wait for the team to settle in. Okay, we're gonna start soon on the bands, and it looks like the first two survivor bands from Fairy Tail are going to be Priestess and Seer.
Ooh, and it looks like Hasty Yidra is hunting, so I'm wondering if maybe we'll see some of their famous Dream Witch gameplay.
Yeah, who knows? Priestess and Seer, like we've talked about it before, but they're the most common bands for any tournament because how strong of survivors they are.
Yeah, Seer gives every survivor 3 hits, and Priestess is Priestess. I think all of us as hunters have lost a few matches because Priestess set up a global portal.
Yeah, and Priestess like passive talent allows her to have a much more faster healing time for everyone in the team. So it gives like less time spent on healing to give more time on decoding, which is pretty damaging for a hunter. And it looks like the first two picks for the flop for you team is are going to be toy merchant and psychologist.
Ooh.
So I'm curious to see the type of catapults this toy merchant is going to place because Ever Sleeping Town, I think, while it has some windows of opportunity, it's not very usual to play toy merchant on this map.
Mm. There's some really good spots where you go two-story. And it looks like the hunter banned first officer.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of first officer bans today. I'm curious about which hunter they'll be planning to play.
Mhm.
Maybe, like you said, perhaps we'll see one of their famous Dreamwitch gameplay because this map for Dreamwitch is pretty. I think it's pretty okay because it's not too big, but it's also not too small.
Mm, too many sharp corners. But
Um,
I feel like we've been seeing first officer banned over Merc a lot lately, so that nerf has done a lot of damage.
yeah, I think so as well. Uh, And I think honestly, like for oh wait, the next pick for flop for you just came in, and it looks like we'll be seeing some journalist gameplay today.
Maybe get some advertisement for her deduction star.
Obviously, like she's pretty popular right now on the votings. But honestly, I think it's a pretty good choice. She's a pretty good rescuer, even if you don't see her in the meta as much. And the last ban for Fairy Tales Hunter is going to be Cheerleader. And let's see. Cheerleader, I think it's a pretty good ban, honestly. What do you think, Carrot?
She can be really tough, especially in the mid game when she starts giving whoever's kiting, I think it's 28 stacks.
Yeah, or 30 to get I
Mhm.
barely see them get to 30, but when they do to get up, it's pretty damaging. Oh,
Emma!
and yeah, lastly, the last pick for the Fluff for You team is going to be Gardener.
Oh, that's so exciting.
You love Emma. I can tell by your PFP.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge Emma fan. I've been playing her since I joined the game.
Yeah, I don't see her play as much in tournaments, but she's pretty good, especially with her own little shield system.
I'm really happy she's becoming more meta lately, and I think she's also a pretty good counter to Opera and Dream Witch. So now I'm wondering with this team comp, which seems pretty anti Dream Witch, who Hasty Yatra will play.
Yeah, like, yeah, now that you mention it, this is such an interesting comp because it does look like a very anti-Dream Witch uh comp. So maybe they'll have another ace up their sleeve.
Mm, I know in the past we also saw them play Wax Artist before. That could be pretty
Wax.
cool.
Yeah, Wax Artist. I'm pretty sure he used to be very meta, but I think he got a little pushed out after Opera Singer's release.
Yeah, Opera Singer definitely pushed out a lot of hunters. I feel like every time a new hunter gets introduced, they dominate the meta for the year, and then the next hunter gets introduced.
Yeah, like this. I don't think this happened with Fool's Gold because Opera Singer is still pretty meta right now, unlike Fool's Gold. So I'm
Mhm.
pretty curious about that.
Yeah.
Personas just came in though. It looks like we'll be seeing the journalist with Tide and Borrowed Time. The merchant is going to be using bro broken windows with its Borrowed Time. Gardener is going to be using broken windows and flywheel, with psychologist finally using broken windows and borrowed time. No borrowed time for the gardener.
Oh, so similarly to the previous round, I guess they're going to leave one person without it and hope they kite first. Oh, a Mary though.
Yeah. And Mary gameplay. I'm pretty excited. I Mary is one of my favorite hunters, and I'm curious to see how she plays on this map because I know bigger maps for Mary are like much usual to see her in, especially like for example in Moonlit. You see her being played a lot.
Mhm. And good Mary's mirrors are so beautiful to see.
Yeah, she has a lot of pretty skins.
Who do you think that Mary will chase first out of this team comp?
Out of this team code, based on the current personas, even though they don't know, I would say perhaps the first chase would be Maybe the toy merchant if they
Ooh.
find her first. Because if they chase the toy merchant first, they won't give them enough time to down one of their catapults.
I think that putting down the catapult and vaulting is slower than her animation lifting the mirror, so that's definitely true, I agree.
Yeah. And if I had to have like another choice based on who would they chase first, the journalists, to give them pressure to use up their cameras.
Mm, I know that the journalists can use the little Orphe to block the mirror, but it's really tough.
It's about getting it right, like having good timing with the mirrors.
Mhm.
So let's wait for the team to settle in and see how the match goes. Okay, we're standing up on the lobby now, and what do you think the spawn points are going to be for this team around?
Oh, I feel like maybe Toy Merchant would be in either corner house or middle to set up those catapults. Or if they're worried about her being chased first, they might put her somewhere further away.
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like this Mary might be one of the OG Marys because they have the first limited S tier from Mary.
Oh, wow. I'm so jealous. It looks so beautiful.
Yeah, I'm jealous too. I love that skin. I'm so heartbroken. I will never ever get that skin. Let's see the spawn points now. It looks like they are going to go with the safe the semi cross per se on the match with
Mm,
Gardener on the middle. That's curious.
yeah, they might be trying to get, oh, spawned in between Graveyard and Toy Merchant. So do you think that they'll chase Toy Merchant now?
I think Toy Merchant is their best choice because if they give them pressure to not lay down any of their catapults, um, I think it could be very advantageous for the Bloody Mary.
Mm. And she would probably be looking to get a 4K to tie this round, I assume.
Yeah. Yeah, and they are starting off and they're going to look for the Toy Merchant. Toy Merchant already laid down, I believe, one of the catapults to get over to the building. And
Ooh,
oh, great nice mirror placement. And with the fall damage, they cancel the animation,
mm-hmm. Beautiful
which means
rotating up to two-story.
yeah, and that's an early down from the Toy Merchant. And it looks like to secure that no one comes over for her, she's going to bring her up to basement.
Mhm. And it looks like they are looking to sell her, so she's probably going over to the catapult to break it.
Yeah. And oh, they already secured where the gardener is, so she's trying to use their mirrors to give a little pressure and chase her.
Beautiful flywheel. Very smart from the Mary, realizing that no one is coming to rescue. So
Yeah,
switching the rotation right away. And coming back now that journalist has let go of her cipher.
yeah, to look if they'll plan to rescue. Personally, I'll just sell her out. They still don't have any of the ciphers done, so
Mm.
Oh, but journalist is coming
Oh,
nonetheless.
oh, almost body blocked the way down there. It looks like
Oh,
little
but
Orphe
they
can
didn't.
make it.
Yeah, but they didn't manage to save the toy merchant in time. But they got a pretty good RV block.
Beautiful Orphe. Looks like they're just going away from basement now, taking care to not die near it.
Yeah, but they got down either way, so uh they might get basement or just get the regular chair over here, but it looks like the Mary is determined onto getting basement.
Mm,
It looks like we're down to two ciphers as well, so they managed to rebuild the dungeon, so perhaps they'll look into getting a one man.
it looks like Psychologist is going in though.
Yeah. Oh, maybe she'll try to save because stress gives her the chance to get more hits in.
Yeah.
The mayor wants to use the trick of canceling her animation with the fall damage.
Nice dodge from Psychologist. It's going to be tough getting out of base. Okay, they
Yeah.
got out of basement. Very nice.
And they're going to get a strong chase on the journalist, it seems. And she
Mm-hmm.
laid down an RV to secure perhaps a body block. Oh,
A
but they
very
managed to
accurate
get it down
mirror.
as well. Unfortunate, and I think this is her last chair, so this means currently they are on a tie. But let's see how the rest of the team manages to play it out.
Mm. I think one of the ciphers is at around 70 or 60. So they have that one. But do you remember if they had a last cipher anywhere?
I don't think so. I'll check. But right now it seems that they're getting their hot pursuit on Emma.
Mm-hmm.
This Emma already used their flywheel, so they have to rely on their shield and broken windows. Oh,
Ooh, a
pretty
blink.
good blink. And they managed to land a hit, but they managed to shield up in time.
Getting a bubble for the transition. Oh, nice
Yeah.
dodge, but still going
And that's
down.
a down. I wonder if they're going to let her slug or if they're going to chair her. Dungeon is right here, so maybe they plan to gu- camp gun dungeon.
Because psychologists can't switch items either, so that could also
Yeah,
work.
it looks like they'll try to find psychologists either way because they laid a mirror, but the mirror couldn't detect the psychologist.
Nice hiding from psychologists, staying out of range from
Yeah,
the mirrors.
I think the psychologist is trying to like go around the ciphers to try and confuse the Mary to try and get her to leave the dungeon, and
Ooh,
so that she have a little chance, perhaps,
perhaps so. It looks like Mary's going to be staying here.
and guarding the dungeon. Yeah, I'm curious to see how the psychologist is going to deal with this because this psychologist doesn't bring flywheel.
We did have a similar situation, I think, in was it BS versus FAE where Acrobat got dungeon, but Acrobat had flywheel.
Yeah, I commentated on the tournament. Oh, but they managed to get that last hit with the mirror. And that's a 4K. Congratulations to both teams.
Mm-hmm. Very well played from both
This
teams.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. This would mean that currently the score will stand at 5-5 between both teams, and we will be going up to round four. So let's wait for to see the map and the map ban and the map pick because I'm going to guess right now. Based on what we've been seeing so far in the tournament, perhaps the map that will be chosen is going to be what's it called? Moonlit Park.
Oh.
Um, or- it's just like a theory. We'll still have to see who chooses the next map. But first, we'll give the teams a little chance to do any substitution, and let's give them the time to settle in.
Mm. I wonder what their plans are going into the second BON breaking the tie.
Yeah, because they either need to get like a stronger survivor game between everyone, so they managed to get some wins from the hunter.
Mhm. On the plus side, though, they can ban the hunters from this round if they choose to.
Yeah, I that's pretty good nice choice as well. Because when in second round they'll get to ban the Sangria or Bloody Queen this time around. So let's see what type of hunters they have up their sleeves. Okay, and we are back. We're sorry for that little intermission, but uh, right now we're going to be moving into the maps and the map pick and the band for the map. So it looks like, as a reminder, Lakeside and Ever Sleeping from last round cannot be picked or banned anymore. So it's time for Fairy Tale to choose a map to ban. So let's wait and see.
Oh, so it looks like Fairy Tale banned Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart Hospital. Oh, but it looks like the map that F4U chose is Arms Factory.
Mm. Oh, it looks like Fairy Tale really doesn't like Sacred Heart.
Yeah, it looks like it's not their favorite map ever. Let's and it looks like the faction that we'll be seeing first is going to be the Fairy Tale serving first with which means that the flop for you hunter is going to be hunting now.
Going into picks and bans, I wonder what sort of survivors or hunters still play on Arms Factory.
Yeah, because it's a very closed map. Like my little Joseph intake on this map is that, for example, for hunters who use like a lot of map control and are pretty slow, this is a good map because of how tiny it is. So whenever I have a match on the Arms Factory, I try to go Joseph because it gives me a little more closing um to the spawn points of the survivors.
Cool, maybe we will see more map control hunters then. And you main Joseph?
Yeah. Um, I think perhaps also Dreamwatch is pretty good for this map as well.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like Ever
Well,
Sleeping,
well,
right?
yeah. It looks like we're gonna be moving into the picks and bans now.
Yeah, a reminder that Painter and Mechanic are globally banned for Fairy Tale survivors, so they can't choose them anymore. And it looks like
Yeah.
F4U banned Antiquarian and Patient, two really strong survivors.
Yeah, because patient is pretty good when it comes to like hiding for longer times, and antiquarian serves both as a strong hider as well as a good harasser for the hunter to slow them down. Now we're going to see Fairytale's first picks and their
Mm,
hunter ban. The
especially,
hunter ban, unsurprisingly, is going to be Opera, and Demi and Kevin, aka Barmaid and Cowboy, are going to be the first picks.
I think it's interesting to note as well with the Antiquarian ban and the Cowboy pick that the map control goes both ways. The hunter can have more control of the map, but the survivors will also be closer together so they can support one another.
Yeah, and Cowboy is pretty good at that because he can help move the survivors pretty fastly with the lasso. The next band we're going to be seeing is going to be a mercenary band.
Ooh, so this is different from the previous round where they banned First Officer.
So I think let's see, the next pick. Oh, it's going to be a little girl. Little girl. I haven't seen her in this tournament as much.
Yeah, I know that she did get a new skin though, and her popularity has increased since then. I think Aries, if you're watching, I hope you're excited.
Yeah. The last band we're going to see is going to be Gravekeeper, which I don't think the team is happy about, but let's see how they do, because now they need to choose another rescuer. Oh, but they instead chose Lawyer.
Ooh, it looks like someone is reacting to Gravekeeper's message. I think FAE isn't very happy about the Gravekeeper ban.
Yeah, but it's all fun and games at the end of the
Yeah.
day. So, let's wait for the persona logs. And talking about Lawyer, he's been making himself slowly more meta with the recent buff he had a few seasons ago. So, like, you don't see often decoders on these tournaments because people would rather choose to harass longer or kite longer than to have a faster decoder. But
Mhm.
I think either way, they have a pretty good chance of having a longer kite since Lawyer's passive ability doesn't allow him to get terror shocked and also have a fast decoding as well.
Yeah, Lawyer is definitely a very strong decoder in the meta right now. Hard if you chase him, then you get kited, but if you don't chase him, you get Cypher Rush. It's a very tough thing for the hunter.
Yeah. And the personas just came in. It looks like we'll be seeing a cowboy with tide turner and flywheel, armate with flywheel and borrow time. A little girl is going to be using flywheel and borrow time, and lawyer finally is going to be having borrow time and broken windows.
Oh, so it looks like we are going to keep seeing this pattern of one survivor not having borrowed time.
Yeah, it's pretty much their chosen meta right now, and it looks like the hunter that is going to be playing against this team is going to be Nayad.
Ooh,
I'm
I'd
excited to see Nayad play.
mhm.
And the persona this Nayad is going to have is the tension and trump card.
I know that Riot can also struggle sometimes with the big structures in middle and factory, so I'm curious to see how they deal with it.
Yeah, I'm excited as well.
Mhm. She's such an exciting hunter. She's definitely really underrated.
Yeah, I'm really hoping to like see the type of gameplay they'll do because I'm thinking based on the persona they're bringing, maybe they'll be going up first with what's their name? Oh, with Blink, and maybe switch with to teleport later on. But considering this is such a small map, it's much easier for the Naya to travel around.
Ooh, true. Who do you think out of this team comp would be the easiest for Anaya to go after?
Maybe a lawyer. While I know he can't get terror shock, Naya will help counter that with her lily puns, her leg thing. So which means it'll be easier for her to like down the decoder first, since he can't get terror shock, and it'll make it easier for him
Mm,
to then go for the rest.
true. And then with lawyer out of the picture, the coding would be a little slower with cowboy.
Yeah.
Oh, a
Oh, and it
nymphowort
looks. Oh,
skin?
this is an Nayad with her newest Esther skin from the deduction thing. It looks very pretty.
She's so pretty, like a goddess.
Yeah, very beautiful skin. And what do you think are going to be the spawn points for this match per se?
Maybe lawyer in factory?
Oh, well, it looks like they're doing the little girl on mid center with, oh yeah, lawyer in factory, and Demi is going to be on top.
Mm-hmm.
Which, Nyan is going to be chasing first either the little girl or the lawyer.
Yeah, didn't complete the upside down T.
Okay, and she started already moving, and it looks like she'll be going up first to get the lawyer out of the way. Lawyer is going up first into the factory.
The huge abyss closed off the entirety of factory, so lawyer is forced to transition.
Yeah, because they took a pretty good toll um of the ocean. And I think they're trying to perhaps pallet stun her a little to maybe slow her down. But considering they may force him as well to transition out of here, because that's the good thing about Nayad. She's a good hunter when it comes to pressuring survivors to uh move out of the way.
Oh, that was a very good page from Little Girl. It looks like she
Yeah, I
wants the
saw
water.
that. Yeah. Oh, they used the blink though and managed to down the lawyer. But yeah, that page of support from little girl seems to be pretty strong
Mm.
because little girl can stop Nayad from uh moving a lot with her sprint thing.
Oh, beautiful flywheel. This looks like she's going to be forced away from her cipher, though, since lawyer is chaired right next to it.
Yeah, it looks like as well. And she's trying, and now she has the ram thing, so I think she's trying to ram into survivors for now to force them into taking even more ocean damage.
Mm.
Lawler is already on his last chair though, so he needs to make a good kite.
Ooh, little girl pushing
Little
away the
girl,
dash.
yeah, she managed to latch onto the lawyer and nailed it with that pretty good page. And they're transitioning over again to another one of these zones.
Mm-hmm. It
Oh,
looks
she's
like
trying to force them
cowboy.
out. Oh, a body block from the little girl, but I don't think I'll stop her from chasing the lawyer.
Cowboy is here for the support though, so
I don't think it's a good idea he stays too close though, because we might try to down him first.
mhm.
But I think she's moving on to put the lawyer to rest. But I think the little girl used up her self heal.
Yeah, the good thing about the cowboy harass was even though Lawyer didn't manage to survive, little girl was able to get up, so now she can take the kite.
Oh, very nice flywheel from the little girl. So maybe like you said, it's right. Maybe she'll be able to kite a little longer this Naya. They're down to 3 ciphers right now. So the dungeon looks like it's going to be right behind this shack as well. I also see that the Demi gave Cowboy a wine at the Volin to use a little heal. So now he's fully healed up.
It
Oh,
looks
but
like
he took. Oh,
Yedra.
sorry.
Oh no, sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh,
Uh, I was going to say it looks like he took both a hit from the ocean and a hit from Naya's harpoon.
mhm. This knight is very good with the double hits. Oh, blocking the way. That's so scary.
Yeah, like when they do that, it's so it makes me panic so much. They got it down and they managed to hit the dummy with the um the ocean. So maybe she'll go for the double down. She
Ooh!
missed. She missed. Oh, wow! So much happened in a second. Uh,
Yeah.
but I think that's a double down now.
Mhm. I
They
think
just need one cycle down now.
it looks here like little girl is distracting Nayad while Cowboy goes for the save.
Makes sense. This little girl has a pretty good a strong gameplay with the pages, but she got down, so it's pretty much a matter of time if the cowboy will catch.
I guess Cowboy is retreating
Perhaps,
for now.
yeah, I don't think it would be smart to move to rescue. And it looks
Mhm.
like the Naya changed to papers. No teleport. Hmm. It looks like now it's just practically a waiting game whether the cowboy is going to try and get the dungeon, or if he's going to try, or if he's going to try and save the little girl, though she has used her self heal.
It looked like Nayad did earlier spot Cowboy in the distance, so going after him now.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time of how good of a kiter he is, because blading time for survivors is not slow at all.
Whoa, that was a good flywheel.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, they missed a hit with a pretty good lasso.
Mm,
Oh, but they still managed to get the hit in. And I'm pretty sure this will be it.
I think so, unless
Unless the girl is planning to crawl towards the dungeon. But no, she got reached in time.
Oh, Cowboy does still have self-heal though, so there is a bit of a chance.
Yeah, dungeon is pretty close by, but with a little girl on chair, it means less of time. They don't have any chairs that close by though, except on. Oh wait, never mind. I didn't see that one. And it looks like this will be a 4K as well. Congratulations to both teams.
Beautiful gameplay from both sides. The huge pools of water and the flywheels from the survivors.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. This would mean that the current score for this round it will be in 5-0 from the from Flop for You Sport on the Hunter side. And with this, it will match the score on a total um of 10-5.
Mhm. It would be up to the FAE Hunter to maintain a tie or to the F4U survivors, I believe, to break it.
Yeah. Honestly, based on what we are seeing right now, I'm thinking maybe we're going to see um maybe a third round because the Hunters are playing a pretty good strong game. So I believe the winning condition for for you will be if they manage to get any of their survivors out. But we'll wait to see what the host has to say.
Very tight matchup for sure.
Yeah, pretty tight. Do you think we're gonna go to a third round for an tiebreaker?
I think that's very likely in this case. I think that
If we just got clarity, we will be going to a third round soon. So it depends really on how they play this next round, the Flock for You Hunters, pretty much.
mm, if they could get that lead going into the third round, it could be really big for them.
Yeah. Let's wait for the teams to settle in for the first picks and bans. Okay, as a small reminder, the global bans for the Flock for You are going to be Psychologist and Toy Merchant. So the first normal bans are going to be Seer and Mercenary.
Two beautiful ladies gone, I fear.
And no more and gameplay. But
Yeah.
let's see. Seer and Mark, I think they're pretty good choices to ban.
mm. Since this map, like you said, is pretty small, you can go from one side to the other without having to worry too much about Priestess's portals, and I don't know if there are many good spots for her.
Yeah. And it looks like the barmaid and the lawyer are going to be the pick for the Fall for You team, and they're going to be banning Bloody Queen.
Mhm. As we saw in the earlier match, the Hunter's Bloody Queen was really good, so I think it's definitely a good choice to not want to go against that another time.
Yeah, because she did show a pretty good game series, I would say. So maybe since Yashira is the hunter this time, maybe she'll be planning to go up with their famous Dream Witch this time. I think Dream Witch, like I said, is a pretty good hunter um for this map.
Mhm. And I know we've been talking about the new skins a lot. I wonder if they might have the new Tomie skin.
Yeah. It looks like as well that we're going to have the another band of dance female dancer, but the other team is planning to lock in forward.
Ooh.
In forward. I don't know how forward does in some small maps like this one. Like I know that in Lakeside he can do pretty good because he can move pretty much fastly around the map and it doesn't have as many obstacles for him.
Mhm. I think if I remember correctly about F4 F4U, they had a really hardcore forward main, so we might be seeing some pro forward gameplay.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm curious to see. So it looks like the last band is going to be a cheerleader band. And finally, the last survivor they're going to be picking is Little Girl.
Popular today, Little Girl and Lawyer, the two survivors that start with L.
Yeah, Little Girl, I think like we saw in the last match, maybe she isn't as meta as anymore, but if you have a pretty good support with the pages, you can do pretty good around the team.
Mm. And we know that the coordination from both teams is very strong, so I'm excited to see how they will use her.
Yeah. It looks like we'll be waiting on the personnel lock right now. So, what do you think so far of the team?
Mm, I think it's a pretty balanced team. We have Decode, Heal, Support, and Harass. I think it could be a little risky on the rescuing side if the hunter decides to play Camp Hunter, but if the forward is good, they can still get that stun off the chair.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's a pretty good balanced team, honestly, but it'll really depend on the hunter. And personas are about to be finished in. It looks like we'll be seeing a forward with type and flywheel. Liar is going to be bringing borrowed time and broken windows. Barmaid as well is going to be bringing borrowed time and broken windows. And same with little girl who will also plans on bringing broken windows and borrowed time.
Oh, so still keeping strong to that pattern of one person without borrowed time, I guess. I
Yeah,
just
and it's
noticed.
mostly. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's
Uh,
okay. Uh,
it's okay.
No, I was going to say it's pretty much normally the survivors you would see with this one is the survivors that are rescuers. And oh, it looks like the hunter we're going to be seeing is again a naiad.
So we
So
have
like
4 out of 5 characters are the same as the previous round, so almost a mirror match.
yeah, like it's a repeat, maybe, but maybe The flop for you survivors might do something a little different.
Mm. What do you feel like is their game plan going into this match?
Maybe I think they'll do something a little similar like last round because chasing lawyer is going to be always the first and best choice because not only do you take away the hunter, well, not the hunter, the decoder, and you also take away the only teammate who can manage terror shocks, which is why Nayad is so good when contrasting him because her ocean hits can manage to break away from the terror shock and still do double hits like that.
Very true. And
Yeah,
they did sub out the one of their survivors for that forward main, 10th forward.
yeah. So I'm curious to see how they'll be planning to play because maybe it'll be a repeat of what we saw last time, or perhaps they'll do something a little different based on what happened last round. Okay, it looks like the current team setup is going to be uh oh, it's going to be Lawyer on the top with Demi in the mid center and oh, Nayad on the factory. It looks like she's interested on either going for the little girl or going for the forward. What do you think?
Think so as well. Both of these survivors can be pretty tough as a first chase, with a little girl being able to leech onto someone after taking a hit and forward transitioning. So I'm curious to see how they counter this.
Yeah, that's be starting the match, and it looks like the first chase for this Nayad is going to be the little girl. The little girl already knew that, and she's going to be teleporting away. So maybe it looks like she's going to be switching up for Nayad for Demi.
Mhm. Very smart teleport from the little girl. It looks like
Yeah,
Nayat still does want her though, is looking for her.
yeah. Just looking for either one of them, but it looks like she just found a forward, but chooses not to chase in favor of the Demi, or if
Hmm.
she's going to be switching targets.
Yeah, so she knows right now where Demi and Forward are. So she has a pretty good idea of where little girl is.
Yeah, because she just found her. So now she can move on with the plan strategy we had earlier on. Oh, nice dodge from the page.
Ooh, a very
Oh,
long abyss again. I feel like in both matches we're really seeing the power of Naiad to just force survivors out of really strong areas.
yeah, because the Seaward, oh, they got the pallet stun in. So
Oh.
looks like the little girl wishes to transition towards the shack.
Mm. Oh, staying near the palette to sort of avoid that blink. A very beautiful
Oh,
page.
yeah. And Forward is here to bring support as well for the little girl. And she just latched onto him as well.
That's the annoying thing about
So,
little girl. You hit her once
yeah,
and then, yeah.
he managed to hit though, so is currently seeing to try and maybe get an ocean hit on her. Doing a pretty good job kiting right now. They missed the charge attack. Oh, but they managed to get the ocean hit.
Beautiful water down and great work from the little girl as well, keeping the
Yeah,
transition on.
yeah, she managed to transition very well around the Naiad to force her into perhaps force her into changing a lot and fighting longer for time because they're currently down to two ciphers actually. And looks like Forward is going to attempt the rescue after a pretty nice stun.
And with one cipher left, it looks like Ford is going to stay here and help little girl.
Yeah, that's tied. And I think it looks like she's just going to take the sellout because it's looking so far as perhaps a two-man or even a tie or perhaps even a three-man. Oh, they got that hit on the forward while they were in sprinting.
Reaction time from the Naiad, hitting the forward before the forward hit her.
Oh, another hit, water hit to slow down the forward. But I don't think it matters as much because forward doesn't have borrowed time, so it all depends on how the Demi and the cowboy want to play out. If they plan to rescue, it's not viable to a cipher pop.
Mm-hmm. It looks like the Naiad switched targets to control the ciphers better, so Demi taking the kite.
Yeah, it looks like lawyer is going to be going for the rescue. So this is a much better spot for them if they want to cipher pop actually, because their Demi does have borrowed time, but it looks like they won't be doing that. They're going to be chasing perhaps are going to try and find the forward again.
Mm-hmm.
They found lawyer though, but will they chase him?
Looks like they're heading back to down the barmaid. So they're doing everything they can to keep the game in their hands instead of the survivors' hands.
Yeah, they already switched a long time ago to teleport, so I'm pretty sure they're just saving it for the eventual gate opening. Oh, they missed har- the moving of the harpoon, but they're going back for the cipher to try and stop the decoding.
A lot of back and forth.
Yeah, they're oh they hit the lawyer. So maybe they want to try and hit him again. The forward is already trying to cipher that machine as well. But who knows what they're planning to do next? It's a pretty tight spot for this Naiad.
And the cipher is primed, so they're going to pop it right
Oh,
away. And Ford has a magic wand.
oh, they got the magic one, so maybe they'll be planning to chair and teleport towards the other gate because that's where they are going.
hmm
But they got a hit on Barmaid with the water and forcing her out. So Perhaps our best choice is to try and control the gate and hopefully down any other of them because Demi is already making her way towards the other gate.
Yeah, splitting up was a very good choice. So now the Naiad will have to find a way to quickly down Lawyer before Barmaid's Gate is open.
Well, they missed the charge attack, so it looks the gate is already on a 50, so I don't think they'll manage to get in time. So I believe this lawyer is just trying to camp for dungeon. And it is a dungeon escape. Pretty good
Ooh.
job from both teams. So it'll end up on a tie, which I believe it puts the current score to 12-7.
I think so.
Congratulations to both teams.
Hmm.
Um,
Great work. Great work on both teams for the tie.
yeah, it was a good match. It's been a while since I've seen from the rounds I've commentated like get a tie. So we're gonna give time for the teams to give settle themselves in before we go to round 3.
Which looks like it might be our final round unless we go into round 4.
Yeah. If they get a tie, we'll be going to round 4, but hopefully uh it doesn't take as much time, but we'll see how this goes.
Mhm.
Okay, and we are back. Right now, all maps were available once more for um y- the survivors to use, and it looks like um the map that will be chosen by the fairy tale team are going to be Ars Factory again with the map ban. I think it's lakes.
Oh,
Yeah. In this tourney, when we go to third round, we try to um when it comes to the third round, we make available all maps again. So it looks like the F4U Hunter is going to be going up first. So Fairy Tale is going to be playing Survivors now.
and the fairy tale survivors, I think, would have to tie in order to tie it up, or they would have to win. If they get one escape or a 4K, I believe that would be game in favor of F4U.
Yeah, because currently the score is in favor of the Even if just so slightly, the current score is in favor of the F4U team. So let's wait and see what their picks and bans are going to be.
I'm excited to see how Fairy Tale fights this.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Oh, a reminder that Painter, Mechanic, Barmaid, and Cowboy are global banned for Fairy Tale.
Yeah, so we will not be able to see these types of survivors in their games anymore. So let's wait and see what are going to be the survivor picks and the bans based on what we know. Oh, and it looks like the first survivor bans are going to be antiquarian and patient.
Just like
Antiquarian and
last
patient.
time.
Yeah, like last time. It makes me wonder if they plan to like they already have another hunter in mind. But as a reminder, this time around, Fairy Tail gets to ban two hunters, so they'll play it safe and ban opera singer and Nayad again. Yeah, the bans for the hunters are going to be opera singer and Nayad, which it makes sense. These hunters, opera singer and Naya are pretty strong. And the survivors are going to be doctor and entomologist.
I love Doctor. I'm really excited to see her gameplay.
Yeah, I love Doctor as well when I play her as Survivor. When I play her as Joseph, she's perhaps the bane of my existence.
Oh no.
Yeah, but it really depends on how this Doctor plays because doctors can either help as a support or they can help as a self-guiding healing station. And it looks like the next ban is going to be first officer, so we will not able to see first officer in this round at all.
First officer, but hopefully we'll see him again someday.
Yeah, perhaps for the next matches,
Mhm.
because he's not an uncommon play. Oh, and it looks like you're happy. I can tell you're happy. It looks like the next survivor is going to be Toy Merchant.
Mm.
Again, Toy Merchant on on this map though, I don't see her a lot. And the final ban is going to be Gravekeeper again.
Oh, I think that there's a Gravekeeper main on Fairy Tale, reacting with the crying
Yeah,
emojis.
yeah, I can tell. But what do you think about Toy Merchant on this map? Because I don't see her a lot considering how small this map is.
I feel like she's very rare on Arms Factory. Usually people sub her out for cheerleader or dancer because there isn't a lot of elevation changes, but I'm really excited to see what kind of catapults they use. Maybe we'll see some new ones.
Yeah. And the final survivor that Fairy Tail is going to be picking is journalist. Journalist in Arms Factory. Honestly, I think it's a good choice because Arms Factory has a lot of easy how do I say this? It has a lot of pallets.
Especially the ones in middle where if little Orphe blocks it, you can't just go around. You have to break it.
Yeah. Okay, and and the conditions right now is that if a 4K or a 3K from the F4U Hunter, it will mean that F4U wins the series and they will move on to next round. But if they get a 2K or below, then we will continue to the next half.
Stakes are high,
Stakes
but
are
when
very,
stakes are
very
high, that's
high.
when we see the exciting gameplay.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this match is played.
What kind of hunter do you think they'll play against this team comp?
Based on what I'm seeing, maybe a Dream Witch. And finally, personas have been locked in. Doctor is going to be carrying Flywheel and Broken Windows. Entomologist is going to be bringing Borrowed Time and Broken Windows. Twin Merchant is going to be bringing Flywheel and Borrowed Time. And Journalist is bringing Borrowed Time and Time Turner. Curious setup, in my opinion, because this time around their Kiter is bringing Borrowed Time instead of the Rescuer. And finally, the hunter that we'll be seeing is Clerk.
Oh, that's exciting. Clerk is a very powerful hunter that we don't get to see a lot in tournaments.
Yeah, she's very strong when it comes to controlling the map and putting cipher pressure on survivors. With this team where their decoding is going to be rather weak, it could be pretty damaging, but it'll depend on how they play.
The thing with Clerk too is
I'll do it. Okay, sorry for the intermission. We are going to be moving soon to the map spawn picks. What do you think are going to be the spawn picks for this match, Carrot?
I think that maybe Doctor would be in factory and journalist would stay in the middle.
Yeah,
What do
it's
you
a very
think?
good choice. I think also as well about perhaps Doctor staying in the middle. I would even say perhaps throw Toy Merchant next to the factory because I know that there's a very tricky catapult she can do where from outside the factory she can put a catapult to throw you into the hole in the ceiling to get you inside the factory.
Oh, that's so cool. I'd love to see that. And it looks like you
Yeah,
were
it's
right, the merchant is in factory.
yeah. It looks like journalist is going to staying in the middle with entomologist on top. And Doctor is going to take middle bottom. But from the spawn point from the clerk, it almost looks like she wants to put pressure on the end to not put any catapults down.
Who do you think she will go for?
Maybe toy merchant. Maybe she wants to avoid any catapults in use. Because the only bad thing is that while Clark has a very strong cipher pressure and map control, it doesn't translate as well with her chase, which is pretty weak. But it looks like she's going to be going up for the dog, for the dog. No, this is the journalist first.
Oh, yeah. I did forget earlier that I think clerk and journalist counter each other in a way where clerk can record the little Orphe, but if journalist has a recording on her, she can put down an Orphe and put down the palette. So I'm curious to see which one of them will win this back and forth.
Yeah, because I saw right now that this journalist has a pretty good strong Orphe game because they managed to let pretty timed Orphe to make a side a body block for herself, which I think it's a pretty important thing you can do as oh, they got the pallets done with the Orphe as well.
So clerk did trade off the palette stun for the lift with the little Orphe. Ooh, doctor coming in
Yeah,
with the body block.
but they fail because of the right from the pallet. So this is an early down to journalist.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful work from the clerk putting down that pallet in front of the doctor, especially without their last presence.
Yeah, it was pretty fast reaction from her. Oh, give us a second.
Hmm. Yeah, so we are having a bit of a intermission, a ping break. How do you feel about the game so far?
I think it's been such a tight match so far from everyone that I'm curious to see how it'll go because right now while F4U has it closer to them, it looks like they want to they it could be anyone's game really. While they have the advantage, it might be easier to try and get the 4K right now to fully win, if that makes sense.
Mm. Oh, and we are back.
Yeah, sorry about that small intermission. We are back though. And it looks like they managed to finish that cipher, and Doctor is going to try and get a clean rescue.
Oh, switching targets to the doctor, it seems.
But they missed the blink.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that was definitely a good idea because the annoying thing about Doctor is she can rescue as many times as she wants. She just heals and comes back. So now she won't have to deal with that anymore.
Yeah. Toy Merchant decided to sacrifice a catapult in exchange of saving the Doctor, but the record from the Claire jumping the window ended up downing her.
Beautiful control of her hitbox, always hitting the survivor that she wants to.
Yeah, this hunter has a pretty good hitbox from what I know. And right now, I think she's just trying to secure the doctor getting fully down because right now, uh oh, they tried to do the trick from tricking the wrong Orphe, but I don't think they managed. They got the hit on the journalist, and right now, entomologist is doing some support with the beast.
Beautiful endo support. Now doctor can get away.
Yeah, and it gave her enough time because she decided to go and finish up the journalist instead.
And now we have journalist on her second chair and doctor still dead on chair but healing up.
Oh, they decided to destroy that pallet early on, which is a pretty good choice. That pallet can be very damaging.
And it looks like Toy Merchant will be going in for the save.
Yeah, but she's almost oh, they hit the toy merchant instead of the journalist and they managed to get the save.
Oh,
So
nice
it
body
depends
block.
on.
I didn't
Oh,
notice
but the
earlier as
journal.
well, but I think that clerk hit doctor with some recordings.
Yeah, pretty nice. And it looks like that's going to be journalist away. They switched to teleport now though. They're going up next for the entomologist it seems now, which I think transitioning away from the shack was a pretty good option.
She's heading towards George now. I wonder if, since Doctor has George's controller nearby, if George is coming in for a heal on Entomologist, maybe?
Maybe, but I think she's going to try and pressure the Cypher as much as she can because she just came in and is now chasing the doctor once again.
That's pretty
Oh, they
smart.
missed. Yeah, they missed the fake out and instead managed to land a hit on the doctor.
Mm. Since Doctor is dead on chair and they need a 2K to win this series, Doctor has a lot of pressure on her right now.
Yeah, they need a tie if they want to continue because if the hunter gets another kill, it would mean that F4U will be moving and winning the series. So let's see how they play out.
Going for the entomologist now. Oh, teleport.
Teleport to go back for the toy merchant. Oh, the flywheel, which helps them miss the attack.
Beautiful flywheels. FT's flywheels are very good.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to be leaving the toy merchant to try and concentrate and getting the entomologist. Oh, they got a hit on the bees, and
Ooh,
they managed to down her. And I think that could be it, but toy merchant had herself killed.
so now the survivors will be going back and forth. If Toy Merchant can kite this out long enough for Entomologist to get herself heal and get away, maybe we'll see a Moonlit Zom kind of situation.
Yeah, maybe. Because it really depend on if they could reach the dungeon because a problem with this dungeon spawn is that it's right in the middle, so it doesn't have like a sneaky way of hiding. Oh, well,
It looks
I
like they're
think
losing each other.
yeah, I think yeah because entomologist is out of self heal and right now, oh, they were decoding as bot. And it looks like Toy Merchant is going to try and run away. Maybe. Oh,
Ooh.
very sweet catapult.
Mm.
Oh, but that's a down. And that will be a 4K.
Yeah. And I do believe that means that F4U wins this matchup.
Yeah, and it means that F4U will be winning the series. So congratulations to Flop4U for winning, and as well, congratulations to Fairy Tail. I think everyone played really amazing.
Hmm. There was some beautiful gameplay on both sides, and it was really close going into round 3. Good game.
Yeah, like I'm actually kind of happy we got to see some clear gameplay on display because it's not something you see as usual on this type of tournaments.
Hmm.
So
I
well
think
played
that
too.
Polaris definitely showed us the power of Clerk and that she should be feared.
Yeah, glad to see that they are trying to push her back into the meta because Opera Singer pushed her out. But as well, congratulations to everyone. I think everyone played so well. And with this, it will mean that F love for you or F for you will move on to the playoffs. And this means sadly that Fairy Tail is going to be eliminated from the tournament. Final score would be 7 to 17 in favor of F4U.
Fairy Tail showed us a lot of cool stuff, and I'm really sad to see them go, but I hope that we'll see them again in a future tournament.
Yeah, I hope so too. They're a very strong team together. So I hope to see them once again in another tournament. Okay, and I believe this is going to be it from us. I'm very happy I got to commentate with you, Karen. It was a blast. And I'm
Oh,
happy we got to see so many amazing matches together.
yes, thank you, Will, for co-commentating, and thank you to both teams for doing some amazing plays.
Yeah. Remember to tune in tomorrow. We'll be having more matches tomorrow, and hopefully we will see you there. Thank you everyone for tuning in.